Hey dolls! So today I'm actually going to show you guys how to make a wig look like your natural hair that grows out of your head. This is actually a wig. This wig was actually sent to me by vpfashion.com. They are the same people who make my hair extensions that I wear all the time that I absolutely love. So you guys can get your own wig or extensions or other hair supplies at vpfashion.com. And if you use my coupon code, you can actually save money on your order. So I will leave it linked down below. This wig actually came to me blonde, but I did color it like I normally do my normal hair. The title of this video is kind of clickbait, but then again it's not, because I am making a wig look like my real hair. Now I just want to put a little disclaimer in here. You do not have to get the same wig as the color on your head. You can get a completely different shade, completely different color. The reason I wanted to get a wig that I could put on my head is so that I save time styling my own hair by getting a wig that looks basically exactly like my hair. For filming and editing videos, it is just so much easier to just sit down and take 2 minutes to throw on a wig rather than sit down for an hour and curl, straighten, and style my natural hair. Plus, if you wear wigs more often, it is less damaging for your hair underneath because you're not putting so much product or heat on it. So I am going to go ahead and take this off and show you guys, yes, 100% my real hair is still pink. And this does look a little bit lighter than the hair on my head, just for the simple fact that this is a fresh, clean, new dye job. And this has been on my head for like 2 years now. So this is just a lot of dye buildup. That's why it looks a little bit more dull on my natural hair. Plus my natural hair creates oils and things like that. So obviously it's gonna look a little bit maybe different colored. But anyway, yeah, with that being said, I'm going to show you guys how I transformed this wig to look like my real hair. Let's go. Okay, so sorry about the weird lighting. I'm in my bathroom. Hi, hello. You guys might remember this little layout from when I did my dyeing, touching up my roots video. But anyway, the first thing that I'm going to do is use my hairbrush, brush out my hair, and put the wig on. I have a full video that I did quite some time ago about how to wear a wig if you have lots of hair. So I will go ahead and link that on the screen right here. But for both my wig and my hair, I like to use the wet brushes. These are literally just like the brand wet brush. It's not like a physical like brush that has water on it. It just, the bristles are so like bendy so that your hair doesn't get ripped out or tangled as easily using it. Typically use 2 different types of wig caps. I use the stretchy mesh one. I like to use the nude color of all of them. And then I also use just a regular one. Sometimes I'll use 2 of these on top of one of these, but lately I've just been using one of each. Now, I have not done anything to this wig other than color it. I have used my hair dye that I usually use on my own head. And in order to achieve this color, I just mix 1/2 of Arctic Fox Electric Paradise with 1/2 Arctic Fox Virgin Pink. So these are the hair dyes that I use. I just mix 1/2 and 1/2 of each to get this hot pink Barbie fantasy. So as you can see, I have not styled this hair at all other than do my normal part to it. This is a lace wig, 100% real Indian Remy hair. So yes, this is what we got going on. This is just after it's been washed out and brushed. It's pretty frizzy. So we are gonna go in and style this baby. So the first thing that I did, obviously, was create my part. Now, whether you are using a real human hair wig or a synthetic wig, in order to create your part, you just basically put it where you want it to be. And for example, if I wanted the part to be back over here in the middle, you can see how the hair is kind of like resistant to lay down. You can actually use a hair dryer, and very carefully and not for a prolonged amount of time, especially if you're using a synthetic wig. You don't want the fibers to melt, but you just want them to get warm enough to where they are more pliable. So you just hold down where you want your part to be, put the blow dryer on there for a few seconds, and then check it, make sure it's where you want it and then go from there. All right, so as you can see, these bangs are insanely long and so I want to trim them down a little bit. Well, I have both just hair cutting shears and these nifty little thinning shears that I actually also got from VP Fashion. Here we go. I'm just going to basically cut away at this wig. The first thing that I'm going to do is cut these bangs down. I'm just going to take my shears first and foremost, and I'm just going to go about where I want the bangs to be, right here. And I'm just going to do a blunt cut. I know that is very cringy. Don't worry, that will be fixed. I'm just getting the basic idea of where I want my hair length to be. And I'm gonna do another blunt cut right here just to start kind of framing my face and creating that fringe that I want. As you can see, this looks really crazy. And then this side, I'm gonna do the same thing. Just gonna kind of angle my scissors down a little bit. Create basically an idea of where I want the length to start. Now I'm gonna take my shears again and I'm gonna go in to my bangs and I'm gonna hold them more of at an angle, like an upright angle, and I'm just gonna slowly start trimming this away. And you can see how I pull the scissors away as I trim. That's so I don't get as much of a blunt cut when I'm trimming. And every time that I do pull down and cut, I am going down further with my scissors. I don't know if you can tell that or not, but that is what I'm doing. Okay, and then also what you can do if you don't have thinning shears, you can take this blunt cut right here, hold it like so, and then cut upright right into that blunt line. And then it becomes a little less choppy and crazy looking. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use my shears and continue chopping away at this. And in between, when I feel like a spot is a little bit more blunt than other places, that's when I'll go in with the thinning shears and kind of clean it up and fix it up a little bit. So you can tell just by doing that, it's already looking a little bit better, minus styling. Just doing that extra little cut helped it quite a bit, I think. And yeah, I'm really liking it so far. So I'm just gonna proceed and keep doing this. If I wanted to cut right here on the actual layer, I would probably cut down here just because then I can see how the wig looks, how I like it. And if I do want to cut more off, I can do it gradually rather than just chopping it as short as I want it from the very beginning and then hating it later on. Wigs are not real hair in the fact that it won't grow back out of your head. Once it's chopped off, you can't go back. I want to keep the volume in this wig for the most part, but I personally do like to have a little bit of layering in my hair. So now I am going to go ahead and go in with these little thinning shears, and I'm just going to go ahead and start creating layers. These are awesome because you can just do straight across blunt cuts and it doesn't take out a lot of the hair. It basically just thins it. So I like to do a little bit of layering on the top, just like 1 or 2 little cuts, just like so, just so it kind of thins out. And I just take little chunks, just do a couple little cuts. And you look like you're taking a lot of hair out, but it's really not that much. Okay, then what I like to do to get rid of some of this foof down here is basically just move over a chunk. You don't have to necessarily precisely part your hair or anything like that. I just like to go into these bottom layers and take out a little bit of bulk on the bottom. Let's be real. Not everyone has this much hair on their head, and you want to make it look a little bit more realistic. I mean, come on, we're working with pink hair here, but you catch my drift, you know what I mean. All right, now as you can see, I have created a little bit of layering while taking away some of the bulk. It's still a little fluffy, but that will go away once I style it and smooth it down quite a bit. But yeah, this is what we're working with. It's already looking 10,000 times better. It helps that it is a lace front, of course, but now what I like to do is deal with the little baby hairs. So what I will do is take a little section around the part. I'm going to go in and create little baby hairs. First, going to do this with the thinning shears. I'm just basically going to cut off chunks like so. And this just creates shorter little stubby hairs that will stick out when the wig is on, making it look more natural, because we all have those little tiny breakage baby hairs around the frame of our face. During my everyday life, I don't necessarily run to the grocery store and throw my wig on and just glue it on and leave it on for multiple days at a time. But if you're someone who does do that, baby hairs are still great whether you glue your wigs down or not. Now, the next step is styling. Also keep in mind that when it comes to cutting the wig and styling the wig, you can do this on a wig head. I personally prefer to do it while it's on my head, because then I can see how it looks as I go and what it would look like on. Whereas when I style my wigs on a wig head, I can't really see what it would look like on me, because the wig head doesn't have the same head shape, face shape, etc. as I do. So I like to style my wigs when they're on my actual head, but you can definitely style your wigs when they are on the little mannequin head. Just a little quick tip: if you are using synthetic hair, Batiste dry shampoo or baby powder is great for getting rid of shine. Just don't put an excess amount on, because obviously it will take away from the color no matter what color wig you are using. It will give it kind of like a dusty overcast, especially if you're using baby powder. But just a little tip, it does help take away the shine. This wig isn't too shiny because it is real hair, so I'm not going to worry about that too much, but I just wanted to throw that little tip in there, that dry shampoo is a godsend when it comes to wigs. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and work on styling my wig, and since this is real human hair, you can use your hot tools on a little bit higher of a setting, and you can also use products like heat protectant and things like that. And yes, so here you can see it's all floofy, crazy, kind of hectic. We are gonna curl this bad boy. While my curling wand is heating up, I am using the NuMe 5-in-1. I don't remember which barrel this is, but while it is heating up, I wanted to talk a little bit about the part some more. So what I like to do with my part, as you can see, it's not very like defined right now. So I will go in with some tweezers. And when it comes to synthetic hair, you have to be kind of careful with this, because synthetic hair doesn't like to pluck out as easily, so you can actually damage the lace that way. But I like to take some tweezers and go in and just pluck out some of the hairs in that part. So once I have done that and I've kind of opened up the part just a little bit, I'm gonna go in with a little makeup brush and my concealer, and I'm gonna go in and gently fill in that part with that concealer, being careful not to get it on the roots. And if you do get it on the roots, no big deal. Just take a small brush and the corresponding shade of eyeshadow and just kind of touch up the roots with that as well. Also, if you wanted to give a root to your wigs, just take an eyeshadow, brown, black, whatever color that you want your roots to show as. Just take that corresponding eyeshadow and just cover the roots of the hair, and boom. Usually I don't like when my roots show, and I tend to keep up with my pink hair on my natural head very frequently, so my roots don't get bad that often. So I like to just keep the vibrance of my pink hair just normally. I'm not going to add roots to this, but I am going to go in and just, like I said, lighten up that part just a little bit. So you can choose to either straighten, curl, style, however the heck you want. I am choosing to curl. So the first thing that I'm actually going to do is run some argan oil through these ends so they're not as crazy frizzy, and just running it through these ends to kind of tame them down and help a little bit with the frizz. And now I'm just going to go ahead and start curling my hair. If you want to see how I curl my hair, I think I have an older video that I'll link right here. Maybe I have like a get ready with me live stream, whatever it is, it'll be linked right there. But I'm just going to go through and start working on curling my hair. And there we go. We have some luscious curls happening. Now I'm just going to go in with some hairspray. Keep in mind that if you are using a synthetic wig or styling a synthetic wig, you want a light hold hairspray, not a super extra mega hold hairspray. But since this is a real hair wig, I am using my Aqua Net. Now while the curls are still wet from the hairspray, I'm just gonna take my hands and just like pull them out just a little bit so that they're not so like sucked up to my scalp. I'm just gonna kind of loosen them up just a little bit. So just by gently pulling, it will help pull the curls out just a little while still giving them a little bit of bounce. And ta-da! Here is my wig, all styled to look like my real hair. I am so pleased with how it turned out. I absolutely love it so much. Can you believe I went from this to this? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it was helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to check out vpfashion.com and use my coupon code to save money on your order. Thanks so much, VP Fashion, for sending me a wig. For every video that I post from now on, I challenge you guys to leave a comment under the video just saying whether you think my hair is natural, like the hair that comes out of my head, or if it's a wig, and see if you guys can tell the difference from now on. And yeah, I guess I will talk to you all next time. So until then, so long, stay strong, stay true, and be you. All right,